Hello, in this recording, we're going to show you some basic tools that will be useful during your segmentation. So to start, we're going to look at our contrast tool. So this can be useful if it's very difficult to see some of the lines on the images. So you'll go to your tool button in your toolbar, and you will click on Image Contrast. From image contrast, we go to contrast adjustment. From here, we can play around with the contrast and you can see things getting brighter and darker in the back until you find one that you're happy with, that you can see all of our lines. If you want to reset to the original contrast, you just click our reset button and it will take you back. And you can just X out of it when you're ready. In order to zoom in on an image, you are going to right-click with your mouse, and then you can drag it forward to zoom and drag it back to zoom out. When you do this, a little box shows up in the bottom left corner to kind of show you where you are once you get zoomed in. In order to move around or move an image around, you can either use this box here, you can click on it and then move accordingly, side to side, up and down, diagonally. If you have a mouse with one of the wheels in between the left and right buttons, you can also use that. When you click it down, then you can move the image around without having to use the box here. Next, we're going to look at our main toolbar over here. So ones that you're probably going to use the most for segmentation are your polygon tool and your brush tool. So we'll start with the polygon tool. And we have two options. We can either have a smooth curve or a polygon. Smooth curve is a little bit easier to work with. And just so you have an idea, once you click, a little dot will show up and you can click, click, click as you go around and make shapes as you need to. When you bring it back to the original, it will turn red. And you can either accept the segmentation that you've created, you can clear the segmentation that you've created, or you can make some adjustments. If you click on one of the bars, you can move that whole bar around. Or if you click on one of the dots, you can move just that particular dot around and expand or contract the image. When you're happy with your segmentation, you can hit accept. Or if you would rather create more dots if there's not enough, you can click on the bar and hit split, which will create a new dot in the center that you can click on and now adjust. If you don't want this dot anymore, you can hit trim and it will remove that and just connect the adjacent dots. When we're happy with this, we can click accept and it will become a solid segmentation. In order to adjust from here, we can either completely remove the segmentation or we can take off little bits using our brush tool. So we will click on the brush tool and there are three different styles. You have a square brush, which if we increase the brush size over here, you can see a little better. This one's square, or you can have a round one, or a little bit of a freestyle. You will more than likely use the round brush or the square brush to help adjust. If we want to draw more of the same color, we can just left click and drag it around and it will create more of the red. If we want to erase, we're going to right click and then we can drag around and erase that color. If we want to change our labels and create a new color to represent a different segmentation or a different muscle, we will need to go into our color palette. So we can either choose that from up here and change our labels to one of the other colors, or we can come down to our segmentation labels down here and choose another color from here. So now when we do our segmentation or our brush, it will come up as green. We go back to our segmentation and we create a new segmentation. It will come out green. If we want to erase just the green, but not the red, we will stay on this color with our brush. And when we right click to erase the green, it won't erase the red, it will just erase the green. Those are pretty much the basic tools that you will be using to do your segmentation. If you want to erase all labels, you will click on the clear label and you can just draw a clear label. You don't have to erase it. This will just clear everything out. If we want to change the opacity of our label, we can also do that. So here, again, we can click to finish our segmentation, or we can hit complete at the bottom and even undo last point if we weren't happy with that one. And then we can accept and it'll create a new label. To change our opacity, we use our tool down here and we can either shrink it. So as you can see, as we come down, it becomes clear, easier to see through. And as we bring it up, it becomes more opaque. So if you want to see a little bit more of the image, you can make it less opaque. If you want to see more of the segmentation, you can make it more opaque.